run down the street and do cartwheels.
My liquor pick of the week.
Liquor? I don't even know.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
So good.
So good.
Damn it, Wendy.
Get rid of my hairy balls.
When are we hanging out?
People accuse me for having a set of balls on me.
It almost tastes like a spiked coffee.
Yeah, it's delicious, right?
I feel like I'm watching a drama unfold.
I didn't get my balls lasered off.
Oh, I'm gonna gag. I have to contain my crazy a little bit.
Tales over cocktails.
Tales over cocktails. So let's get it on.
You're listening to Tales Over Cocktails.
Are we drinking or no? Because, I mean, I don't have to, but I can always.
Well,
Water.
I did pull out some lychee sake.
Oh, you love that
So
sake.
fancy.
I'm
I have
obsessed
some-
with it. I'm at the very bottom of my bottle.
I have some cold brew in my Wet Willie's cup.
Cold brew.
I got this here.
What's that?
I don't know. My cousin gave me Pinot Grigio. I don't even drink that shit.
And you're shaking it.
I feel like I should go get something. Am I the only one not drinking?
Oh wait, you're not
I'm
drinking.
drinking coffee.
I think I'm the only one drinking.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
have a little. I'll have a little. But, hey, listen, anybody can have a cocktail. It could be whatever you want it to be, you know?
I got spoiled when we were recording pretty regularly. We were doing it at night, and it felt more appropriate to have it.
Right?
But now, but that's the thing. We used to drink in the middle of the day, and it was no one thought anything of it.
No. But then again, we were also recording sometimes like around 7. So it wasn't really late night yet, but it was after midday.
Yeah, but still, that's totally appropriate. Day drinking on a Thursday. I don't know.
Gosh, of course.
So how is everybody? I feel like we're finally all together in the same Zoom room.
Yeah.
And I feel like we have so much to catch up on.
Yes.
So much to catch up on.
Well, who's going first?
Not me.
Wait, before we start, Danielle, did you get rid of all those bottles from last episode?
I did. Oh, man.
No way, because I
Where
did
did you-
collecting
yeah.
those wine bottles for a while.
Yeah,
Where did you put them all?
43 bottles. I gave them to my best friend's father, and he's making wine. He makes wine every year. So he said, it took me an hour and a half to clean all these bottles. I said, hey, I cleaned them the best I could. You can't use soap. So I cleaned them, and then he had to like power wash them or whatever, So
That's amazing.
yeah.
Listen, you better get at least a couple of free bottles of wine out of that.
He gave me 2 so far from
Okay.
last year's batch. So I told him, I said, wait, if you're going to use my bottles I gave you,
I
What
want more.
kind? Is it red or
want
red
more.
or white?
red.
Okay.
Yeah, really
That
good.
Italian homemade wine is always so amazing. I was dating an Italian guy whose family used to do that, and I was always looking forward to the food and the wine because it was made from scratch, everything.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I've
So
ever
good.
had homemade.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I
Oh,
have a
man.
wine subscription, and a lot of the wines that I get from there are very good. I just started filtering in the 1 bottle of white to 2 bottles of red because I used to always do all red. Those are really good, but I've never had actual homemade wine.
You have to try it. It is
Actually,
so
wait,
good.
that's a lie. I don't know if this counts, but a couple of the engineers that I know, they, our friend George and Jeff, they do like the making their own wine.
Yeah,
but it's like
that
they
counts.
go to a place to do it. And I did have, I think it was like a Syrah or something like that.
Yeah, George and Mike, they go to I guess they have some
Jersey.
place. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they make their own blends and then they bottle it and I've had one too. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I do remember. I take that all back. I lied to you.
Oh my goodness. Now you have me wanting some homemade wine and I have no access to it.
Yeah.
Danielle, I better get one of those bottles.
Yeah. You know what? I'll ask for a few and I'll give you guys each one. How's that?
We got holidays are going to be here too. And then we're going to get coquito and homemade wine.
Ooh,
Yes, you will. Yes,
that's
you will.
awesome.
I will definitely be making that again this year.
That'd be good.
It's been
I
a
mean, what
year.
else are we doing, right? Might as well crank out extra bottles this time if I can.
Everyone's drinking so much lately. Have you read all those articles about how people are drinking so much more wine and liquor and beer?
Yes, yes. And that's all because of the quarantine. And a lot of people are putting on extra weight because of it too.
No
I have
kidding.
a little bit over her.
Me too.
I was drinking more in the beginning. I haven't really had much. I think the last time I drank is when I met up with Danielle.
Yeah.
She got me drunk.
Really?
Yeah.
You got
On one Lagunitas.
we still have to go to Tukasa, Wes.
Yeah. I've been to a couple times already, and now
And how
since
is
they
it?
have
Is
indoor.
it crowded? Because I'm paranoid. I don't really like to go. Whenever I see a lot of people, I always cross the street.
No, there's it's not too bad. We've gone on Fridays and Saturday nights. It's not bad at all. You'll
Really?
maybe wait like 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, with the indoor dining, which just started now, have any of you guys done any indoor dining as of Wednesday?
Fuck
No.
I should
no.
say?
I
Well,
always do indoor dining.
Yeah.
I mean,
in
they
Long
might
Island,
have
yeah.
indoor in my house.
Well, no. I mean, like at the restaurants now that they're like fully opened. I mean,
Well,
25%.
You got to remember, New York City didn't have it. Everyone else did.
Right.
Oh, you guys did.
So
I've been the
I've
odd
done plenty
man
of
out.
times.
I've been the odd man out.
Yes.
no, I'm not going anywhere.
But you
I
have
am
the
not
option
going
to.
indoors.
But you do have the option
You
to,
have the
right?
option now. Yes.
Yes,
Now,
but
but-
I mean, like, what's wrong with takeout? I mean, until we have
agree.
honestly, until we have a vaccine, I just don't.
I'm down with takeout, or I'm actually starting to get okay with the outdoor dining. But when it gets super cold, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna want to sit out there with like, a big puffy jacket on and a heater.
You mean you
Outdoor
don't want to
dining-
sit out there with a big puffy jacket? You kind of the goose?
My Canada Goose. I
But
mean,
what
I
about-
didn't want to say.
What about when it's so hot outside, though? We've tried to eat outside when it's so hot and it's uncomfortable. It's not good.
But it's better than being stuck inside where you're breathing the same air.
Hmm.
Well, I'd rather be inside an air conditioner. I'm sorry.
Oh,
But that's
Wes.
blowing all the air around. Everybody's
recirculating
breathing.
air.
Okay.
Yes.
Unless
but-
they have the special filters.
Yeah,
I think they do actually have to follow some regulations.
yeah, that is one of the rules that they have to follow. I don't know about the other states, but New York City they do. Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I took a huge leap, and I wasn't even taking Ubers. I was afraid to take any public transportation. And I was like, I got to get out of here. And I went to Mexico, and I got on
Yeah.
a flight, and I was like, how the hell am I getting on a plane? But I did, and I double masked. I used an N95 and a regular mask over it. Like, I was deathly afraid. You're breathing the same air. But they're saying that it's circulated a certain way where you really won't catch it. Like, the odds of catching it on a plane are like very slim, which I still
I
find
don't know
hard
how
to
that's
believe.
possible.
Yeah,
I
I still
feel
find
that-
that hard to believe.
Planes have
people
always
are
had
flying, yeah.
planes have always had that special filtration anyway. It always smells clean.
It does?
It does smell like fresh air.
Smells
Yeah.
like something. I'm not
More,
sure.
more
what.
oxygen, I guess. That's probably what it is.
People used to freak out when you go on the plane and you see that mist going through the air because
Oh,
it's just
yeah.
so cold.
You want to know one thing that did stand out to me though? Going to the airport, I realized, and I only realized this like now after coming back, nobody was taking anyone's temperatures. Like,
Really?
yes, isn't that the whole? Everybody's taking temperatures everywhere else. Like everywhere you go, you want to go into a restaurant, they take your temperature. That's
They
what they were
should
doing down
scan
there.
your ticket, scan your forehead.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
And I'm
I
thinking,
agree.
Was that a
airplane-
requirement?
It
It's
should
not.
be.
It should
I don't think it was, right?
But you have I forgot which airline, but there's one that was recently in the news because they're going to be the first to offer these at-home COVID tests.
JetBlue. I was just talking
JetBlue.
about that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard
So what do
about
they
that
do? They
too.
send a test home. You do it, and then I guess a certain time before your
Yes.
flight
So,
is supposed
yeah,
to happen.
basically, if you're going to be going to a destination that requires you to have a negative COVID test, they send you this like at-home saliva test. So then you do it, you send it back in, and then you can present that as your proof, as long as it comes back negative.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. JetBlue's always on top of everything, though.
Ash, just spit into
Everything.
this cup for me.
I know, right? Like it's like, are you taking a DNA sample or what?
I don't know. I know that people are doing things out there, but I have been really trying to be easy about stuff. I err on the side of caution. Indoor dining does not entice me just
Same.
yet.
Same.
I'm happy to cook at home. I'm happy to support my local restaurants by ordering in and maybe occasionally doing an outdoor dining situation if it seems like they're following the rules and regulations.
Right. In the beginning, I actually was always asking for plastic silverware because I'm just afraid. And I always ask for straws. I won't put my mouth on the cup. And people are like, what do you need a straw for? I'm like, I don't know. I still don't feel right. Like, I'm like, you're lucky I'm even sitting here right now. That's like a big step.
Indoor dining, it's really not that bad. Once you do it, you're like, oh, wow, people are actually really spread out. And, the waiters are actually wearing masks. They're being cautious. It's good. It's really not bad at all.
Wes
Let me
and
tell
I,
you
There's
about
nothing to be
this,
afraid of.
this
we went to indoor.
Yeah.
me and Wes.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it wasn't bad, right? We were very far from everybody else.
Yeah, they split
Everybody
up all
had
the
a mask
tables. Yeah.
on.
Yeah. It's nice. I've done it multiple times. It's not the first time I've gone. So
I'm gonna be with Wendy on this one. I'm still gonna do the outdoor takeout. Like,
But what is the difference being
Are you
outdoors
still
and indoors? It's
Lysoling
just
all
the
your
air?
groceries?
actually, I stopped doing that. Sometimes, okay, depends on what it is that I bring back. I may, but I'm not as crazy as I was in the beginning, like scrubbing everything down.
Mhm.
Beth, what did you say before?
Well, what are you so afraid of with the outdoor and indoor dining? It's just the
Okay.
air?
Yeah, so the disease is airborne. And
Okay,
if you are in
sorry,
a
go ahead.
certain space that is, a space where you're having recirculated air, the particles can linger in the air for a certain amount of time. And then say you have like more than one person in there, they just kind of linger. Outside is a different story because it's open air and the particles are dispersing a lot faster.
All right, so then when there's been a bunch of times when we've sat outside to eat and you have all these people walking by you nonstop on the sidewalk.
and I
Wouldn't
don't
that be
like
more
that
dangerous?
either.
But they should be wearing masks if they're
Okay.
walking by you, because remember,
They should be, but that doesn't mean that they are. And
know.
and that if I do know, like for instance, I've done outdoor dining twice to go see my father and my sister and my stepmom, and they picked a restaurant. My dad knows the owner, so he like scoped it out ahead of time. They don't have the outdoor dining where it's on the main stretch of the sidewalk.
Okay, yeah, it's
the
in the
main
back
street.
or a
It's
parking
in the
lot or
back.
something.
It's in the parking
Oh,
lot.
that's smart.
Yeah.
And we go at a really weird time. We'll go at like a 3:30, 4 p.m. because it's in the middle between lunch and dinner. So we take all these extra precautions just to make sure. And he always asks to make sure that we're really like far off there away from everybody else.
Papa Wild.
Papa Wild. And believe it or not, Papa Wild wears a mask like in between the courses that come out.
No way. So
Yeah.
whenever
I've
the waiter
seen-
comes over, he's like,
Yeah, because why should the waiter be,
I've seen people do that, yeah.
I don't want them to have my germs.
Or they'll wait until they order and then they'll take it off.
Right. Yes. So yeah, what a world we're living in, huh?
Yeah.
But to lighten it up a little bit, I did want to ask you something. I have two gals here. I figured I'd ask what you're doing with yourselves because, like, you know how you just don't know what other people do when it comes to like grooming your body. I mean, actually, I know what both of you guys do just because, Tales Over Cocktails, but
we've been very open about it before.
very open. But over quarantine, I stopped like shaving the top part of my legs. No, don't judge.
Really?
So I have like blonde hair. And I don't know if this is like something that's socially acceptable. I've like read these, like Self magazine articles like that. And apparently different cultures do different things where you just kind of like if you have like this blonde hair up there, like it's totally acceptable. Dr. Nebraska's like, oh, I was like, I don't know why you even bother to like take all that time to shave like the whole thing. Like, what's the point? So thoughts on this?
I'm going to first come off and say I highly doubt that you have extremely hairy thighs anyway. So it's probably going to be peach fuzz that's coming in.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So
it doesn't feel smooth. Like, when you have like the oily, like kind of legs, if you're going to wear a short dress on the red carpet, Asher and I was just talking about red carpets the other day. I don't know if I would feel confident enough with my peach fuzz on the red carpet.
Oh,
Well,
come
no,
on.
for the red carpet, you would shave it. But,
Yes.
it's just more like you don't have to maintain and keep up with your thighs all the time. That's how I feel, because the thighs don't really grow. They're not like a man's thigh.
It looks like from far away, I don't have any hair there.
Exactly. Unless you're really feeling for it, it's not like a man's hairy leg.
But it saved me. Let me tell you something. This has been
I have hair.
life-changing. You're a man, Wes. Last time I
you're
checked.
going to have hair.
But it's like
Well, some
this
places
is
it doesn't
life-changing because
grow.
now if I want to go shave my legs, it takes me 2 seconds.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I can't do that because I'm Italian. I got big hairy legs.
So would you have man hairy legs?
Me?
Yes, like your thighs. I mean, on your thighs, like the
No,
cat
I'm.
baby.
It depends because every area on my thigh is like different. The hair, it's weird. It grows in one way this way, and then on the side it grows in this way.
Wow. I'm surprised
then
you
in
didn't
the
do the
back, it
zapped and
grows-
tapped.
I know.
I'm getting it done. I
Oh,
decided
wow.
I'm gonna get my legs done.
We
I
always
can't
love to
take it
talk
anymore.
we always love to talk about a body hair issue on the show. So why disappoint our listeners who've been
I
asking
know.
about us?
No, I'm getting that done. I can't take it. I cannot.
So what do they
take the
charge? They
hair.
charge by leg? How does that work?
Yeah, you know what they do? They charge you upper leg.
Do they
Yeah.
charge you by
Lower
how
leg.
hairy you are?
No.
So what
No.
about if you only have one, enough money for one leg? You just do one at a time?
No.
You gotta do both.
Yeah.
Can you
You
imagine?
shave
both.
one and you don't have to worry about the other?
No.
No?
Wait, here's
No.
another question and answer honestly.
Who,
Not,
me?
not US.
Oh,
So I had a question
You.
too. I had a question too, but if you catch it in this one, Wendy, I'll be very excited.
You know what I'm gonna ask, right?
I think I do.
Okay. Do you
Shave
shave
her hoo-ha?
your Wes? Do you shave your big toe?
wow.
I do, because I got
Me
hairy.
too. Yes.
Everybody's got hair on the.
Well, I actually got it lasered back in the day, but somehow it's like grown back now.
No,
so,
you
like,
you only get maybe like 4 or 5 hairs there. It's not like you have
Yeah.
much. But yeah, I definitely do, especially if I'm getting a pedicure too. Like,
yeah,
Yep, I
those
know.
little spikes coming out.
and
Okay.
then it stinks when you forget, and then you're at the pedicure place and you're like, oh damn, I wonder what they're thinking.
Or if you're in
Right.
yoga class and
Oh
got
my
like
God.
one little Charlie Brown hair coming out.
See, I was gonna ask a different question.
What was your question?
I was gonna ask, and it's like I'm just curious, especially with you in a different way, Wendy. But I'm thinking more Danielle and I, because I was talking to another friend that told me something. How
What?
often do you maintain your hoo-ha now during quarantine?
Like shaving wise, oh, I ain't got no hair there because I got zapped and tapped.
Oh, so you're just like
So it's nothing's there.
so you don't have to worry about taking the time out for it.
No, thank God it saves me a lot of time.
Wait, have you noticed that you've been doing things a lot less, Astra? Because
Well, no, see, that's the thing. My friend told me she's been doing things a lot less. She's been more lackadaisical about it because she's like, listen, it's not like I'm hooking up with anyone. So whatever, I just, I go a few extra days because I have other things to do. And I'm like, I said to her, I was like, what? I actually always make sure to take care of it, whether anything's happening or not.
interesting.
Yeah. And I mean,
Sort of,
with
and-
you though,
yeah.
Wendy, because you have a boyfriend.
I
I'm
do,
just
but wait. So what I found out after I kind of let my thighs go, and I was like, "Hey, I'm like, look, I'm fuzzy." Like, I just sit there on the couch, like, "Look, I'm fuzzy." And he's like, I just don't know. That stuff bothers me. He's like, hair, whatever. You got hair. Like, he has such a lackadaisical attitude about body hair that, like, I probably could like grow out my armpits and he wouldn't even notice.
wow, he
No,
wouldn't even care.
But I do keep up just because it bothers me, but not
do you
probably not
help?
as.
Do you help him shave any of his parts? that he
I've
has?
offered to get like the back of his neck. You know, men
Mhm.
get that little
extra
yeah.
hair.
Yeah. Like when you go get a haircut, they usually take care of that sort of thing. But
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'll get that for you. It's fun. It's like a barber.
My
Is he
goodness.
He won't let me anywhere near his hair because it's glorious and curly, and apparently curly hair is different than straight hair. So,
It is. I can
Mm.
attest to that. Jeez.
oh yeah, I forgot you have curly hair.
Gosh,
I have
I'm like,
curly hair.
don't-
I forgot you have curly hair too. Why do you guys both straighten your hair?
because we don't like it to be curly.
Why?
I just got the keratin done the other day.
Wow, it looks gorgeous. But I mean, I've seen you both. I always forget, but like I've seen you both with curly hair,
Yeah,
and you're both
mine's, like,
beautiful.
super
Thank
straight
you.
now, but I mean, I could still curl it with like the curling iron. And if I wanted to wear my hair curly, I probably could. It would be less, frizzy and big.
I liked what you were doing when you had the half ponytail for a little bit.
Oh yeah,
That was so cute. Yeah.
really?
Mhm.
Oh, I have to do that again, just for
Yeah.
you.
Oh, thank you. So what else is going on?
Wes,
Well, I guess I'm going to be the Debbie Downer, right?
no, you're not gonna be Debbie
Oh.
Downer. This is a positive thing because you're gonna do.
Oh, yeah?
Let me let you talk about this.
Okay. Fill us
Oh,
in.
well, I mean, it's, was furloughed for, what has it been, 6 months now? And then I guess they decided to not continue the furloughs and got let go. I guess it's effective tomorrow, even though I got the notice, yesterday or 2 days ago?
Wow.
Yeah.
On Wednesday,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
No, Tuesday.
No, that's what I'm like, I've already lost track of days. I don't even know. Yeah, I think like Tuesday at like 3:00.
Yeah,
We
Just,
love you.
there's no
I
need.
love you.
Thanks.
Yeah,
You're always a part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. And guess what? You're going to find a job that's, going to be bigger and better for you and that you're going to be happy at. Not that you weren't happy at all, but I'm just saying, like,
No, I mean, I love the place. It just, I had a real conversation with my boss, and unfortunately, nobody was going back to the office, so there's no need for me, and it sucked.
and you know what? Eventually, maybe.
Down the
they'll-
road.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they might have the need for you. But
Yeah, but the rumor is like January now.
Well,
yeah.
that's-
You're thinking that it's possible that maybe they could rehire people back in January
Yeah.
as things start to return to normal.
That's
Well,
what
let me ask you
engineer
this.
Jeff was saying.
why
Too.
Yeah.
couldn't they keep him as a furlough until January then?
I bet it goes into some sort of legalese that we just are
Yeah.
not smart enough to understand.
It's like
Yeah,
a government
I don't understand
thing.
how that works. I think the company still has to pay out some money, even though we're
Like
on
an
furlough.
unemployment type of thing.
Yeah, I think they still have to give the state money to cover the furlough.
Oh, so
So I
then if
think,
they
I
don't
guess they're
have those
like, you know,
people, then they can just save on
like,
that.
like F it.
But in the
Yeah.
meantime, Wes, I know you're like a Renaissance man and you have a lot of different skills.
Yeah.
Is being in IT or engineering something that you want to continue with, or are you thinking that you may go in a different direction? Like what kind of opportunities would you be open to?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, right
Maybe
now,
one of our listeners has a lead for
I was
you.
just
Yeah, I
gonna
was going to
say
actually
that.
say that.
I mean, right
Danielle.
now, I'll stay in the field. I'll stay in the field. I'll see what happens. And I'm in contact with somebody right now, so there
I
might be
heard.
something coming up. So
Wait, really?
yeah.
Can you
Nice.
side text it to me?
So then we'll see what happens with that. And then, you know, I'll try to stay in this field right now.
I mean, I was going to say you should tell our listeners exactly what it is that you do, so that if any of them have any openings in their jobs,
Right. Like let's do like a verbal resume for Wes.
I fix
Yeah.
Wait,
everything
do we have
that
any music for this? I don't know if we do.
I fix everything that Wendy breaks.
Hey, that's not fair.
Oh, it's just like computer repair and stuff that, you know, and setting
You want to hear a
people up
funny
and-
story about that, by the way?
Yeah.
I log in with a different name every single day because the computer doesn't like my name.
really? How
So
many
sometimes
logins do
I'm
you
like
have?
Bob Cratchit. Like, I don't know, I just come up with a different name every single day. But
Bob
anyway, sorry, this
Cratchit.
is about Wes. We need to talk about
Oh.
Wes and his resume. So, Wes, why don't you start at the beginning with your skills?
I don't know. You're putting me on the spot here.
Pretend this is a job interview. We want to know what your best assets are.
You know,
Yeah.
job interviews are tough because I haven't had to do that in a long time.
Well,
But
now we're
this
going
is
to break you
practice.
in. Yeah, we're going to break you right in.
Yeah,
don't
we're
wanna
breaking
practice.
you in.
I don't want to practice here.
Sorry, there's no lube involved, so let us know.
Oh, gosh,
No
this is the
lube.
weirdest job interview ever.
I don't know what to say.
Okay,
I
so
don't-
basically,
But they
you
want to
do
see that you're driven and that
Right,
you have
you do
ambitions, but not
you
too
do
many
IT.
ambitions.
right.
yeah.
So wait,
I don't-
engineering, IT, computer stuff, basically all computer related jobs.
Yeah.
Networks.
Yeah, network stuff and
Maintenance.
computer repair. Yeah, you know,
Oh,
board
what was
like
that one question that you had texted us in the group chat about? It was like an interview question,
oh,
and that you had trouble with it. It was something about what are your hobbies or something like that. That wasn't the way they phrased it.
I forgot
Right,
what
'cause-
it. I forgot what it was. That
Like
was a
something
while
about what
ago.
you like to do in your free time or whatever it is, and you were
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But the thing is, you had trouble answering that, and all three of us were like, "But you love
Photography.
photography. You love to do."
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come you had so much trouble, and we knew right away what your hobbies are?
No, because the way the question is worded, it threw me off. It's like, well, what the hell does this mean? Like, what? Like, it was for an interview. Like, what are they exactly looking for in my response? Like, I don't want to say, oh, yeah, I love photography. Well, this is for a computer job. What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
It doesn't
you know?
matter, I don't think. I think they want to see that you're pretty well-rounded.
Well, that's what I'm saying, like
and
it-
the fact that you would fit in with the company culture. That's like a big
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
mhm.
it was something with the culture. Yeah, there's what was it, company culture? I think it was or I forgot what the exact question was, but I didn't understand what to say, and because
So what I would have said, and tell me if you guys agree. You have been involved in a lot of the company culture experiences that we had at iHeart over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
You've been on committees to plan company outings and stuff like that. I probably would have mentioned something like that. So it looks
Okay.
like you're really involved, and you are,
Yeah.
in just getting your coworkers together.
Yeah.
And
you're very-
and you offered up your photography skills to.
which
uh,
suck.
Oh,
No.
don't.
We need to, by the way,
very
we need to all
good.
get together to work on our skills.
I
But
haven't
yeah.
even turned my camera on in months.
so we can all go shoot Astra.
That's what I was about to say. I'll
Whoa.
be the model because
That
it's
doesn't
like
sound
I'm
right.
not into the photography.
You know what I
side.
meant. She
However,
could be our model.
I can take pictures, so we could always flip it around, and then we can all take pictures of each other with each other's cameras.
Yes,
So this
because I
way-
shoot all in manual now, so I was just set it up and hand it on over because I feel like framing is part of it, but I feel like you're good at that.
Yeah, I was doing the manual stuff too, but then
Mhm.
like I haven't turned it on. I really haven't.
Guys, let's go out and shoot. We can go somewhere outdoors on an off time
Yeah, I'm down.
and wear our masks. Yeah.
I
Take pictures
Joe,
of each
my
other.
boss, he's like, listen, what do you think about coming up here and
Shooting the bikes.
shooting him on his bike? Yeah, because he does.
What? I'll shoot him on his bike too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, like a motorcycle bike or like a city bike?
No,
Mountain
no,
bike.
like a mountain bike. He's a mountain biker.
Oh.
Okay.
Mhm.
Up in
Yeah.
Connecticut.
Yep. something
Road
to
trip.
that.
Pick me
Well,
up.
come. You guys come. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So back to Wes. Back to Wes.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wes.
Company culture. I mean, think about all the events that you helped organize. You were part of the committee to help Anita for her retirement party. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. They thanked you at the
Yeah.
end too. They had your name on the big screen.
Yeah. And I had to, well, because I was making sure the stuff was going up on the screen and the engineering stuff on that side, making sure the
Mhm.
audio and stuff was playing. So yeah.
See? So don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
No, it's just
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's been like I
What
know I
is
could talk in person, but for an interview, it's been so long that I've had to do one. That's you see these questions or they put you on the spot like, oh, like
Wait, what do they say? Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
yeah, it's like
I hate
you
those
got to know what to
questions.
respond right away. It's like
Well,
know
that's
what?
why we gotta get you prepared for them, so that way when they do
Yeah,
ask, you can just be.
Or it could be a good thing because they'll see that you really haven't been working anywhere else. Like your resume matches up.
yeah, I have the experience, so that's what's
You
good.
know, because if you're that great at interviews after like how many years you're at a place, well, how long have you been doing interviews then? You know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you see
He's
how
a little,
bad my
he's a little rusty.
you see how bad my photography is. That's the picture I took in the background.
I like that. What do
I
you
like that.
You took that?
Yeah, it was a fuck up, and I liked it
No, that's
Oh,
awesome.
that's awesome.
because it was like super windy, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a picture from Brooklyn of the city landscape,
It looks amazing. It looks like
I want that
painting.
and
picture.
I love the pictures. I was like,
Cool.
oh,
I really
so
like that.
Yeah.
did
Did
a
you go to
poster print.
canvasdiscount.com because they?
No, that's just a poster print. I did it from what
Oh, it looks really cool.
I don't want to plug any companies, but I did a poster print of it, and then I just put it in a frame that's been sitting around. So it
I
was
love
nice.
it. Great job.
Thank you.
I can never get something to look that good.
That fucked up.
Guys,
No,
we have-
I
I've
love
been wanting
it.
to shoot the like a skyscape for a while.
Yeah.
Mostly I do portraits. Danielle's like the landscape photography expert
Yep.
here.
I
But-
love landscape.
For nighttime city shoots, they say that you need like you definitely have to have a tripod
Yep.
and you have to have a slow shutter speed.
Yep.
And I don't know if I have the patience for that, but I want to give it a try just to see how things come out.
Wouldn't you need
Also-
a fast shutter speed at night?
Oh no. So
It's
you need a
slow?
You need a
slow
much
and a tripod. And surprisingly, your ISO needs to be on the lower side, which I was shocked to hear. Because I guess if you're gonna leave the shutter open for a long amount of time, it's
Mhm.
gonna let a lot of light in. So then you have
Yep.
to have the ISO down. I know this is like total geeky stuff, but I
No,
want to
this
give it a
is-
whirl and see how it
Listen,
goes.
I love that you've learned all of this during quarantine.
Thank you.
That's the craziest part.
Yeah,
Have you been
it's
watching
fun.
videos? You've been watching videos about it, or you just been going out there practicing?
I took a class. I've been watching videos. I try to do a tutorial like every other day because also I love doing like design stuff in Procreate and also in Photoshop too. So I've been working with those, mostly Lightroom for photos, which
Yeah.
Danielle, I know you probably use.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
like Lightroom.
Yeah.
I don't
And
edit a
Astra-
lot, but you know. I do.
Astra has become a little bit of a web designer. She should tell everybody about that.
Actually, it's all thanks to Wendy
No.
because yes, because I would still be sitting here trying to figure out how to like type in a bio. Gosh. So yes,
She's not giving herself credit.
I'm about to relaunch my website, and thanks to Wendy, one, she helped me build it. Two,
Wow.
she made my new logo, which I'm obsessed with.
Can't wait to see this.
Wait, you
Yeah,
guys
well-
didn't see it yet?
No.
Actually, if you guys want, and I'll tell
Can we do
everybody
it
right
Can
now.
we send a text preview? I'm
Well,
like,
not even a text preview. You know what? Everybody who's privy to this podcast right now will get like the soft launch of it. All you have to do is go to astroontheair.com right now. And check it
Okay.
out. And Wendy has done so much for my site. Like I like owe her so much. You have no idea. She really, really, really helped me. I had no idea what I was doing. And I'm like, how did you learn all this? She's like, oh, just during quarantine. I'm like figuring it out. She's such a whiz.
Thank you for saying that.
Oh,
I,
beautiful.
you know, it's
thank
a couple
you
of years
for
ago. A couple years
Making
ago.
it gorgeous. Like I've gone from like bleh to like boo Like,
Stop. That's the thing is like if you look at websites from a couple of years ago, like things are so outdated. I see your reflection off of Wes's forehead right now. By the way, he's looking at the site. But a couple of years ago, there were things that were just like a little outdated. So actually, last year I started rebuilding my site. So all the things you were super confused about and texting me over were things that I got stuck on too, and I had to just Google because I didn't have somebody to be like, oh yeah, that. So
I mean, I was saying that, you know what you should also add to your like resume of things to do. You should really be like a coach and help people out on certain things because you're really, really good at that.
I do have one criticism for the site.
Oh, here
Give
he
me all
goes.
the criticism you want. I'll take it all.
The logo at the top, round out the top of it. Look at the top of it.
Yeah, I see it's flat.
Yeah, it's flat, but the bottom is round.
Mm-hmm.
The
Like
logo
the
at the top.
spray paint. Yeah, like the main
it's probably
logo.
squished
If
the
you
header.
look at,
We're still
the
working
header?
on some stuff.
Yeah, we're working
no,
on
I'm
it.
just
That's why
saying,
I'm
that's
saying
all.
it's a soft launch, and even though the website is
Okay,
live,
that's fine.
we're not promoting it yet fully, but I'm just letting you guys in because I do want feedback, and it's good for Wendy to know that too, because again, we're both working on it like as we go.
Yeah.
That's
I
fine.
love the
I
way
was
it
just
looks.
I saw it. I
also-
just wanted. I didn't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, so basically we'll have to take your logo and like shrink it down a little bit on that header.
I'm
and,
gonna
like,
read
re-upload.
through and I'll send you some edits because iHeartRadio needs to be one word.
Okay, perfect. Please do. Thank you.
Oh
Lowercase
no,
I.
where'd you see that?
I know.
On the About Astra page.
Oh wow, you
Astra.
really like.
Yes, sir.
We have an editor here now too.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
And-
I love copy editing.
But here's the
Oh
good
my
part too.
God.
So with Wendy working on my site, it gave her more ammunition to now want to go recreate her own site. And you've been working on yours now too.
Let me tell you a story. So Dr. Nebraska does not understand my urge to constantly move furniture around this apartment. He comes
Really?
home sometimes and like the couch is in a different spot or like I just move things around. So I actually satisfied that need by redoing my website.
That's amazing.
And the good news is that
that's
I didn't have to
good.
do all the same stuff that Astra did because a lot of it was there already. So it was more just like making minor tweaks instead of a major overhaul, but it was a lot of fun. So I'm still working on my logo. I haven't even uploaded a logo yet, but
Really?
yeah, I kind of like the text, to be honest with you. I'm like such a minimalist. Astra's like more glitter, and I'm just like,
I
yeah,
know.
Times New Roman.
I know. Oh wait, guys, we have less than a minute left on here.
Stop it. Do we have
Yes.
anything else? Danielle, we barely even gotten.
I know. I mean,
We can just come back to this.
Let's come back in. We're gonna come back in,
Okay.
and we're gonna restart in just a second. So it looks like we flipped positions here, but it's fine.
No, you
Yeah.
can
Like
move it.
musical chairs.
Like
You
like
can-
No, but
Wendy
they
said,
can't.
she likes to mix it up. So we're
Hey,
If
mixing
now.
it
they
up.
don't, they're on the website. They can't move it. They're not
Yeah.
using the app downloaded on
Yeah,
the
we're on the
computer.
website.
I did download the app though.
I think I
Okay.
did too for some reason, but I guess every time I open it, it opens through
Trying
the
to
web.
move you guys, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
you
works
have
for
to.
me. I'm
Yeah, you have to
moving
click
it.
on a link to open in the app or whatever. But I guess you guys didn't do that.
Oh,
I
Sorry.
did. Pin video. Wait. I don't know. Whatever.
I know.
Excellent.
I was like, meh. So
okay.
Danielle, what's been
What?
going on with you?
Nothing.
Besides 42 bottles of empty wine, where has that led you to?
20 pounds heavier.
Oh my goodness.
Ah,
Stop it.
No, what have I been doing? Well, I've been working with Anthony Rodia, the comedian that we've had on our podcast.
What are you doing?
Been helping him with meet and greets and selling merch at his shows.
How's he doing?
He's good. He's good.
Yeah?
He's doing really well. He's got a lot of big shows coming up. Foxwoods. He's going to be in Atlantic City at the Atlantic City Comedy Club. Calandra's this Sunday in New Jersey. Next week, Reds. So yeah, he's doing really
Are those
well.
places open for get in, or is this just all virtual?
Yeah. No, it's open.
Okay.
It's socially distant outside. So
Oh, it's
Oh.
outside.
yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many
Mhm.
people are usually at a show?
So this past weekend, last weekend, we had shows from Thursday until Saturday. I was only at Friday and Saturday. I had 2 shows each night.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 150 people per show, and it was socially distant. everyone was wearing masks, and the club did a great job with making sure everyone was at least 6 feet apart, and the tables were spread out, and there was 2 floors, so everyone like upstairs was spread out very.
Do they still do like a 2-drink minimum since it's like a comedy show?
Yeah, well, no, you got to order food, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
So is it a 2-drink minimum plus food?
Well, I don't know what it's like in Connecticut because we were in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, people buy food and drink, and so yeah, it's been going good.
I mean, the way you're describing it, I would feel like you do his PR or something.
I mean, I do help him with that. He does need help with that because
That's awesome.
But great news is he signed with the talent agency CAA.
They're really
Wow,
good.
That's very reputable.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's great stuff. So
Good. He could
hopefully
get Wendy and I in.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's doing that. I'm doing that with him. And then what else? Just working from home. I went into the city a couple of times for work stuff.
No phone call.
I told you were busy, remember?
And into her in the city too. It was pretty
Wait,
funny.
so tell me, what did you went into the office?
I went to the office, but I didn't go in the office. I was right outside. Andrew Festo and I went to Governor's Island for a walkthrough because we have something very special going on. I can't tell you on here because it's a super secret.
Okay. Side
but I'll
text.
text. Yes, side text.
Side text.
So we did that, and then I bumped into Wes on the corner as I was getting out of Andrew's car,
And what was Wes doing?
waiting for his
Stalking you?
girlfriend.
Yeah,
Waiting for
Adriana.
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 Yeah,
So,
'cause she was in the office working.
Adriana.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. So I had dinner with engineer Jeff. We went
Nice.
out to Tribeca Grill.
Yeah.
I
And we
love
had
him.
burgers and burgundy. So you buy a bottle of burgundy wine and you get 2 burgers for free, basically.
That's a pretty
So,
cool
It
deal.
was delicious. Oh my God. It was like $150 bottle of wine.
Oh, well, then,
Wow.
yeah. I hope those burgers were real good.
The best I ever had in my
Golden
life.
buns.
They're so good.
You're right.
So delicious.
Oh, man.
And then I've been trying restaurants. Actually, I've been
Indoors?
What?
Indoors?
Both indoors and outdoors. Yep.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
But here's the thing. I mean, most of them I go outside. But if there's no availability outside, I'll sit inside. Unless if it's raining, I'm definitely going inside. I'm not sitting outside getting poured on.
What's your strategic plan when you do sit inside? Like, do you have a plan? Do you sit like closer to the door so you can like get cleaner air, or do you go like in the back corner where you're like away from like the bathrooms? I mean, do you have like, just out of curiosity?
No, I ain't got no plan. They just put me wherever they got room.
Oh God. See, I
You're
don't know.
Here's the
braver than
thing.
me.
Same with me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Oh
Listen.
gosh.
No, it's fine. I'm telling you.
It's not bad at all.
It's not bad at all. Everyone, it's 25% capacity. So it's really.
Oh, you guys
not-
on Long Island are 25% too?
It's like, it's 50 now.
Oh,
But it was 25%. I mean, last night I went out to dinner. My friend just opened up a new restaurant in Rockville Center called Mangia Bene. And I met my old boss.
Mangia bene.
Mangia bene.
Mangia Bene. Yeah, I met my old boss and his husband. We went out to dinner. And he's like, I'm only sitting outside. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I don't care. It's tented.
Dude, even the owner wants to sit outside.
No,
See?
no, you're not listening. My old boss. We
Oh.
went to dinner.
Oh, I thought he owned the place.
My friend Maurizio owns the place.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting so confused, G.
Well, all right. Last night I went to dinner with my old boss and his husband at my friend Maurizio's restaurant called Mangia Bene in Rockville Center.
Gotcha. Okay, now I'm
Okay.
with you.
Got it.
I gotta do a better job being descriptive. So they wanted to sit outside. Fine, sit outside, no big deal. It's tented. All right. So we're sitting there, and the fans are, still swirling around above our head. Blah blah blah. But inside, Maurizio has a table so far apart, you're not even near a person. It's
I would hope not.
No, it's great. everywhere I've gone, the tables are really spread out.
I mean, you know what, too? I guess it also depends on the size of the restaurant and then,
Right.
incorporating the 25%. Because if it's a smaller restaurant, you're only going to have maybe like 8 people
3
in
tables.
there. Yeah.
So what about when you sit outside and you have to go to the bathroom? Do you go inside or you hold
You
it?
have to put your mask on.
No, I know, but
Oh,
then
me? I put my
yeah.
mask on and I go inside and then
Okay.
I run back out. But for the most part, I mean, I haven't really been going out dining that often. And the times that I do, like, I really don't have to go to the bathroom. So,
Right.
and to be honest, when I was, and when I was in
Really?
Mexico and I had to actually go to the bathroom, I put my mask on and I headed towards the bathroom. But then I was like, the bathroom just looked like gross anyway. So I'm like, I'll just hold it until the next place because I'm not trying to even be sitting there with a mask, holding my breath, trying to, no, fuck
Mhm.
that.
Well,
Did you
listen,
feel safer while you were in Mexico?
To be honest, yes. Mexico actually has their shit together, guys. Like, if you want to
Really?
escape somewhere, I'm not even kidding you. And I wish that, like, I would get a free trip out of this. But, like, seriously, go to Mexico. There's no restrictions, which kind of, like, that did scare me a little bit because I'm like, well, if everyone's fleeing to Mexico, that's going to be, like, the next hot spot.
Yeah, the Astra brings COVID to Mexico.
Yeah, right?
Single-handedly causes an outbreak.
Right. But they actually, I even drove by, like, a COVID center that they had, and there was, like, nobody out there online or anything. And it's like you go into a restaurant, which the restaurants, even though they're indoors, they're really outdoors. So it's like it's like an indoor, like an awning over the outside. So even though
Right.
you're not really in, there's still like air blowing everywhere. And they make you step on a mat that has some sort of like, I guess, disinfectant in it. So you're cleaning the bottom of your shoes. They immediately give you hand sanitizer and take your temperature to go in. One restaurant I went to had this like, it almost looked like a metal detector that was up, and you walk through it and it mists you, so it like disinfects you.
Oh, the Putin thing.
I don't know what it was, but
Vladimir, when you walk into his house or whatever, he has the mist.
but you know what's so weird? I felt okay. Like at first I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I want to be in a place that has people, but it kind of felt normal for a minute. And I started to feel normal. And then I was like, can't start getting too like comfortable because I feel like I can catch this at any time. Let's be honest. But I did start feeling a sense of comfort just being there. And like, I've been back now for well over 3 weeks and I'm fine.
Is it 3 weeks already you're back?
Yeah. I
can't
actually
believe
left.
that.
I left on August 31st. So it's almost.
I felt like I was
a
on
month.
a trip with you with all your posts.
I know.
I went for 9 days. So I needed to get away because the city's just been so crazy.
You ran into Megan the Stallion there.
I did. That was so crazy. I ran
Did
into
she
her.
have a whop?
I mean, I didn't touch her. I just saw her.
She's going to be on SNL this weekend, by the way.
She is, which I'm so excited for. By the way, when I had seen her at the VMAs, I had thought that she was more on the taller end. And yes, I know she was wearing heels, but I was too. When I saw her in Mexico, she was coming out of the bathroom and I'm going in. I see this girl with blue hair and I'm like, that looks like Megan the Stallion. And then she steps down, her shoulder's like right near mine. She's only like right here. And I'm like,
What?
too short to be Megan the Stallion. Definitely not her. Then all of a sudden, her songs start playing, and then she starts dancing at her table and singing with her friends. That people are like,
she's teeny like us.
she's a little bit taller. Like, I would say she's probably
I think she's
Five,
like
five,
5'10".
5'4".
I think
I
she's
feel like
like
she was about
5'8".
like 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah, 5'8". I've seen her.
I thought when I saw her at the VMAs that she was about like 5'11". Like she just seemed really tall.
I mean, everybody's tall compared to me, so.
So it's funny because everybody starts spreading that word like, hey, the Stallion's here. Everybody's cameras are going up. And I'm like, that's so crazy. I was just walking into the bathroom by her.
Was she shot at that point? Or
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
she was, right?
Mm-hmm.
All the white
That
people are
story
like,
is
who is that? Who? Megan?
Tory
who?
Lanez. He
Yes.
shot her in the foot. Crazy.
So I didn't know if that was after Mexico or
No,
I think it was
That's way before. Yeah.
Well before. And it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's like she's dancing and I'm in my head like, I mean, how's your foot feel?
that's what I
foot
wanted.
doing?
That's immediately what I just thought.
Yeah, like how's your foot
Like, has she
doing?
been able to get pedicures?
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on with that whole story. It's crazy.
So crazy. I feel bad, but she's so talented and she's got such great energy and such a great like vibe about her. So I'm really looking forward to Saturday. for
Yeah.
SNL. Like I
Me
can't
too.
wait.
And I'm excited to see how they're gonna pull off their first live show since COVID.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock, he's hosting,
Mhm.
which is
Chris
going to be
Rock.
sick.
And
Yeah.
And they have
Jim Carrey,
Jim
right?
Carrey. Yes, he's coming
I
back.
love Jim
Like-
Carrey.
And they'll have such great source material because we just had our first presidential debate on Tuesday night, which is basically a shit show, just a bunch of
oh my
yelling.
God.
Yeah, yeah.
A bunch of
That
yelling,
was-
so you
that
know
was
that they're
a-
gonna spoof that.
I mean, you know what? If there's anything this country can actually agree on for once, it's that was a shit show debate.
Did you wake up with a headache the next day?
No, but I actually mentally checked out of it that I started putting on my Snapchat and I was using the filters to
I saw
record
that.
parts
Oh
of
my
them
God.
because I was like, this is making the debate so much more interesting.
Well, so they are now for the hopefully the next two are going to be a little bit less chaotic because they're adding a mute button. So when
Thank
someone's
God.
not supposed to be talking, they're gonna mute them. And
You know,
I
here's
wanna-
the thing though, if everybody has agreed to 2 minutes
uninterrupted.
yeah,
they-
uninterrupted,
they have to
respect it.
Abide by that.
And when you do have something to say, because they both were wrong, they both were cutting over each other. But if you have something to say, you hold that thought, and when it's your turn to talk, be like, back to the topic of blah blah blah, and then reiterate it.
I had trouble even understanding and hearing what anybody was saying because they just kept even like poor Chris Wallace. Because here's the thing: we act as moderators in certain respects. Like, how would you feel? Like, what would you have done? Would you have risen your voice to? I don't know what I would have done.
Me personally, I probably would have been like, all right, guys, all right, enough, all right.
I would have Homer Simpsoned out of the room.
I just enjoyed the
know,
text message. I enjoyed the text message from Danielle when I guess it was on. She's like, "You're watching this shit." I'm like, "I think it's a good Yankee game."
You know what? I
Because I was watching the game.
I attributed it to the Super Bowl, and I made a TikTok about it. And I was like, with it in the background, I was like, watching the debate for me is like, it's like watching football. I was like, I don't watch all season, but when Super Bowl comes on, I'm there fangirling. So I was like, so now the debate's on, I'm fangirling right now. And that shit blew up on TikTok. I'm like, finally, fucking good.
I feel like next week is probably going to be a little bit more organized, is my guess. That's going to be the vice presidential debate. So that should be pretty interesting from Salt Lake City, I believe, on either the 6th or the 7th. It's next week. So
Gotcha.
I
that'll
feel
be
like them
fun.
two. I feel like them two are probably normal. Like they won't really.
yeah, it's not going to
yell
I feel
or
like it's gonna be
argue.
a little bit calmer, but I just wanted to drink the whole bottle of wine. I was like, what the heck is this?
I didn't watch any. I didn't watch any of it, so I have no idea.
What'll be great is if they don't have to use the mute button
Mute
at
button,
all.
yeah. But the fact that they're installing one is hilarious.
It's so great.
And
It's
then on the
so
third
great.
one, what's the third one? Is it going to be all of them, or it's just going to be the president?
No,
and-
president.
No, I think you have the vice presidential next week, and then you have two more with two more presidential ones,
There's
and we have like
Three
a
presidential ones.
what's it called, a town hall kind of style. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's gonna be the next
Yeah.
one.
Gotcha.
So
When I
don't know.
worked at Hofstra, I worked the
I remember they had
2008
one there.
debate,
Yes.
No.
and they had 2012 and 16. Three.
Did you
they
work
had
that,
three.
or did you just go to attend?
I worked the one in 2008. That was
How was that?
It was insane. Like the entire campus was closed down, and then we had Secret Service everywhere.
Did they have to like screen you guys, like pre-screen you?
Yeah, we had to get pre-screen. They had to do like background checks. It was
Wow.
intense.
So if anything came up on you,
Wow.
they'd be like, "You're not working the event."
Right, but
At least
thankfully
we
I
know
didn't.
that Danielle is
It's clean.
yeah.
I'm clean as a whistle.
I know. So
Uh,
that pretty much brings us to almost an hour of recording. Do you guys have anything else?
Well, I'm getting my last wisdom tooth pulled tonight. Wish me luck.
Good
Oh.
Good
luck.
luck, Dee.
Good luck.
Fun.
Yeah, this one up here.
Aw.
So
I'm
you
so
won't- you
glad
won't
we
be able to eat
finally got
normal.
back together to,
Catch up.
I know.
yeah.
We're gonna do this more often, you know.
We
Yeah.
are. In fact, you know what I did, Wendy? I kind of took a steal off of your website.
Did you
And
really?
Yeah, and I'm adding a podcast link to my website for our podcast.
Very
Yay.
good.
So this way we could keep everybody up to date on there with like the latest episode.
Yeah, and make sure if you're not already doing so to like us, rate, and subscribe. I think if you rate and leave us a review, it actually helps index us a little bit better. So tell all your friends to leave us a
Tell
little
all-
comment,
Yeah.
a little love note.
Share
Or
it on your
some hate
Facebook, your
mail.
Twitter, your Instagram. Make a TikTok about us. Whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Let everybody know.
And how to reach everyone.
You can find me at Danielle DeLillo everywhere.
You can find me at Astra on the air.
Oh, you could find me at Wesson is Pick. I'm not going to say it.
I was waiting for it.
I
I'm
know.
Wendy Wild Radio on Instagram, Wendy Wild on Twitter. And together,
We are
Tales
over
over
cocktails.
Tails, I'll see you on Twitter.
Yes.
hey.
Until next time.
Cheers.
Cheers with my ass coffee.